Baby, can you?
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is a video dedicated to how you can make yourself more employable. Now, I look a bit jazzed up because I'm actually on my way to a wedding, but I just really wanted to get this video out there, get the information that I wanted you guys to know out as soon as possible. So I just thought, you know what, I'm looking a little bit nice anyway, so let me just, tell you guys the tips that I want to tell you. So if you're interested in figuring out how you can make yourself more employable, whether it's to change careers or get a new job, definitely keep watching. So tip number one is L&D, and that stands for learning and development. Basically, I think to make yourself more employable, it's always a good idea to take up a new skill. Now, it's depending on whatever you want to do. If you want to change careers, I would definitely encourage you to take up a skill that's sort of related to the career that you want to go to. If I want to talk about my situation, I wanted to go into becoming a company secretary. So my way of taking up a new skill was to work in administration and work in dealing with documents. I decided to take a temp job in that sort of role. Another way I took up a new skill was to actually start the exam that chartered secretaries take. So I would definitely encourage people to do that. I think it worked in my favor when it came to changing careers. There's obviously lots of different skills you can do, and it can actually be quite broad. You can use it in any sort of industry when it comes to certain skills. So when I say skills, I'm talking about, stuff like, basic accounting, social media management, or what else? There's lots of different other skills out there, and I would definitely say, like, if you can take up a course online, like a free online course that you can then write down on your CV, that could really work in your favor too. It shows that you're continuously trying to learn, you're continuously trying to develop, and especially if you're trying to change career, you're showing a dedication to that by yourself. You don't always have to take up skills in your job. You can do it by yourself, and if you can dedicate 1 hour a day to taking up a new skill that can work in this next job, that's always a given. So tip number one, L&D, learning and development. Sorry if my hair's looking jacked up. I'm gonna wear a ghillie, so I actually don't really care. I'm sorry. It doesn't really matter what my hair looks like, so you know what I'm saying. But tip number two that I think you should consider is to make your hobbies tangible. So obviously your hobbies are your hobbies. You're not necessarily always gonna want to, make money from it. If you can, that's always a good idea. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But if you can find a way to make it more tangible, that could definitely work in your favor. Now, the best way and the easiest way I think nowadays to do that is to create content about your hobby. And I don't necessarily mean that you need to create a YouTube channel and promote yourself and all that stuff. If you're not really into self-promotion, as I'm realizing that I'm really not into, you can do other ways of content creation without making it like a public thing. So say for example, you like knitting, you like singing, dancing, acting, makeup. There's so many different things that people are interested in, fitness. If you can create some sort of content to show for that, to make it sort of tangible, I feel like that can really work, especially if you're talking in interviews about things that you do in your spare time. If you're the type of person that's like, yeah, I'm really into fitness, I go to the gym a lot, but I also, I've also got an Instagram dedicated to how you can, create abs, or I don't know, stuff like that. Like, definitely if you can show for like what you do in your spare time and show sort of dedication and passion for it, I think it really works, not only on your CV but in interviews as well. For me, obviously, my sort of thing that I like doing is now creating videos, and I think that really helped in my interview, just to show that like your life is somewhat balanced, you know what I mean? It's not all about work, but it's not all about play, but you have a great balance of both. So for me, I would say if you can create a blog, vlog, YouTube, Instagram, Medium, LinkedIn, all of these things, there's so many different ways you can create a platform for whatever you like to do. I definitely encourage you to do that and talk about it passionately in your interview. Not as if that's like the only thing you want to do, but rather just as a way to show your potential employer that, you're really passionate about stuff and you can show dedication to what you like to do as well. So yeah, tip number two, make your hobbies tangible. Tip number three, believe in your source. Now, I'm really sorry that this is that's mad corny, but it's actually true. Like, if you are going to want to change careers or get a job or get a new job, get a promotion, you have to believe that you're worthy of the job, and you have to show that as well. So for me, I'm genuinely I'm not always a confident person, especially in interviews. I can get really nervous, and I find it very hard to communicate what I want to say, and then I don't know about you guys, but my mind can go blank sometimes, and it can be a bit of a mess. But you need to show that you're dedicated and passionate about that job that you want to do. So for me, it was really important to show what I've done to get me to the place where I want to be. So talking about like my job experience and the things that I've picked up that I realized that I like. So I really like supporting people, admin, being able to support like higher level people. There's a lot of other things, but I knew that being a company secretary just seemed to fit. And even now, I've been in the job for a month and I'm absolutely loving it. But then you have to communicate that in an interview. You need to show that employer that. So if you don't believe in your source, if you don't believe that you have the skills to do the job, or that you can learn the skills to do the job, the employer's gonna look at you like, I mean, why should I hire you? I don't understand. So the best way to do that for me is to actually figure out what your strengths are, figure out what you like to do, all those things. So even talking about the hobbies and all of that, if you can bring that in by saying, look, you know what, like for me, I was like, I really enjoy teaching people things, you know what I mean? I like, you know, giving advice. So I decided to start a YouTube channel. Things like that can work in your interview if you just show that you have these skills that could then work in your job as well. So obviously I like teaching people things. So I'm one of those people that can pick up new systems really well. If I can pick up a new system and then teach other people how to use that new system, I can become a great asset to the team. And if you also talk about you and your strengths, like for example, being a friendly person, or being a great team player, or working well alone, or, you know, picking up new systems, these things, if you can talk about your strengths and you believe that, look, like these are the sort of things that you need in your position, this position that you're advertising, you need somebody that's assertive, you need somebody that's enthusiastic, you need somebody that's a great team player, and I'm all of those things. So even if you're not confident, you can be confident in what you are. Be confident in the fact that you're great at working in teams. Be confident about the fact that you really enjoy throwing yourself into work. Be confident in the fact that you're very efficient. And if you can communicate that to your employer, it's an all-win. Everything I've said is not like, you know, 1, 2, 3, easy, bam, boom, you'll get your job, you know what I mean? It's not like that. But obviously these little tips, I'm just hoping you can think about it, stew on it, you know, and reflect and think about, okay, what can I be doing to just show a potential employer, or to show somebody that I want to work with, like how passionate I am, or the type of person I can be for them, the type of asset that I can bring to the team. So yeah, those are my 3 tips. Just to go over them again, the first one is L&D, learning and development. So definitely try and take up a new skill if you can. 2, try and make your hobbies tangible. Create a blog, a vlog, a platform that you can show how much you like doing something and show that you have dedication and passion to stuff outside of work. And 3, definitely and always believe in your source. Be confident in what your strengths are and make sure you communicate that to the person who is interviewing you. I hope you guys found that useful. I'm hoping this is going to be one of those nice short videos that just like boom, bam, bam. But it might not be, because, you know, I did my notes and then they all disappeared. So I just really had to say this off the bat. If you can, like, comment, subscribe and all that stuff. And hopefully I'll get to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.